So we're going to call the Sanborn Regional School Board meeting to order at 6:03. I have all of my members in attendance with the exception of Ken, who is excused. Courtney.
And at 6:03, I call to order the Sanborn Regional School District Budget Committee. I have Terry, Pam, and Brooks. And there's Ken. Dan and Amanda are excused for tonight. We can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
Going first, I feel like I have something to exciting to say. Well, last week I wasn't here because the student council went on their overnight field trip to Waterville for 2 hours of community service, and we also learned about the keys success in leadership. Tomorrow, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow play that the high school is putting on opens, and it runs until Saturday. Also tomorrow, the Bakey Boosters, I think, is doing the Wizards game here. It's the Wizards versus the Staff. And then Friday is the annual Blue-Gray basketball night for girls basketball. And that's it.
Fabulous. Thank you. All right.
Minutes. So I just received the minutes today. I will pass them on and we can just defer that to next meeting for the budget committee.
Sure. Okay. And do I have action on the school board minutes from November 7th, 2024 last week?
Make a motion. Oh.
Go ahead.
Wait.
All right, Rick, now you got to make the motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any comments? No. All right. All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. Since this is really a budget committee meeting tonight, the agenda was accidentally made as though it was a school board meeting. So I'm going to just request of my board members that we agree to get rid of agenda item 6, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, because Tom does not need a superintendent's report. I've already spoken with him. And the first public comment, because Courtney is requested we do the public comment at the end after the Q&A. So if everybody on the board is okay with that, we can make that modification.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right.
All right. So the plan for today is what we're calling speed dating with the admin. We're going to spend 10 minutes. And we have paired up budget committee with school board.
I just made some adjustments based on absences.
Okay.
Can I announce those?
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows where they're going.
Okay.
You can
All right. So everyone has a sheet that was in there
in there.
when they sat down, but I'm going to make a slight adjustment just based on the absences. So Dawn will still be with Terry, Maura with Pam, Rick with Courtney, Jeremiah with Ken Anthony, Heather with Brooks, and Micah's going to have to be solo.
I will be a floater.
He's a floater, a floating holiday.
Floating holiday.
How about this, Micah? Why don't you just join whatever group you want to join? Yeah, join another group, which,
Welcome.
yeah,
But I may not join permanently. I may,
yeah, he's going to be a roaming agent.
of joining it once you join.
All right. So 1, 2, 6. Okay. So hold on. I'm going to do one more thing to speed this up even more.
Yep.
I'm going to ask, student services to sit with the business office and the superintendent to eliminate one group so that we're still an equal number of groups to people. So I'll have Troy, Matt, and I will be in one room, and whoever's with us, that'll just take one group out. I matched them up 7 to 7 so that you had an equal number of groups. So now we'll have 6 to 6. And with Maura's subtraction of 5 minutes, we're now down to 60 minutes instead of 2 hours. Good job, Maura. Thank you. All right.
All right.
It's all about it.
So thank you to everyone for meeting this evening to talk about the proposed budget and your areas. Up next on the agenda is public comment. I do not see anyone. So last round is, I usually go do a quick check-in with the budget committee to see if they have any last comments. I'll start with you, Terry.
I think this is very informative. I'm really glad that you do this and that all of these people gave up their time this evening to come and talk with us. Quite a bit. Thank you all.
Pam.
I've got nothing tonight.
All right. Brooks.
I like to echo that, the first comment. This is very informative. I was a little nervous coming into this and I feel a lot more comfortable now. A lot more information, you know, than what I knew about, and terminology. That was a nice, big thing, was terminology. Got some clarifications. Very excited. So.
How about you, Ken?
I was very happy with what I heard. What's happening in the school system. It's a pleasure to hear that things are working well. And the things that we put into place seem to be working well. And I was very happy to hear that.
Thank you.
That's it.
Awesome. Yep. Similar sentiment. Third time we've done, or I think this third time we've done this. And I appreciate every single time, and I learned something new, even the third time around. So again, like I said, truly appreciate all the efforts into the budget and what we've seen so far. I don't know. I'm not going to take over the school board side, but that's it for the budget committee. I know you guys have something to have to
Yes.
continue on the school board side.
Yep.
Anything from the school board side before I wrap this up?
We usually do that at Thanksgiving dinner.
You want me to talk about the process next?
I was
Yeah, okay.
oh,
Go ahead.
so we had our opportunity to ask questions on the budget. Hopefully you got a majority of those answered. But we still have a period of time where we can ask additional questions to Matt. Similar to the process that we did for the previous budget, I'm going to throw a tab into the spreadsheet with all of the information, the account code, your name, your question, the amount, so that we can all see all the questions everyone's asking and it's all consolidated into one place. I think that worked really well for the previous budget, so I'm going to do that again for this proposed budget. I will offer that up to the school board to use as well. I'm sure Matt will field questions in email, but I found it's really helpful from the budget committee side to consolidate all the questions, what's already been asked, and so we're not repeating questions.
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Just to have one format. Yeah.
With that being said, if you're having trouble with it, reach out to myself, Matt. We can help. Tom. Oh,
On the 15th, 12 noon.
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. So 2 days to get those questions into spreadsheet.
Was it 12 noon or was it late?
No, the board was going to send them to Matt by 5 o'clock. Would you guys like to extend a little bit? Courtney just needs time to compile, so.
Well, we're compiling into the spreadsheet, so if we can get 5.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's
I
fine.
thought that's what I heard you say before 5.
Well, that's what I
Yeah.
was. I thought everyone was at noon, and I thought I was going to be the odd
Oh,
one out.
no.
But,
No?
so we're going to switch it up on you, Pam. We're going to do the 15th at 5 to have the questions into the spreadsheet. And if you can't get into the spreadsheet, email Matt. Well, that's where we're going to put it all for
Spreadsheet.
it's the budget book. Do they have access to it? Or is it 2 separate ones, Matt?
The spreadsheet will be in the shared drive.
But do they have the same access to our shared drive?
That I don't know.
No, the board,
but we can just I can consolidate. I can just put the
I'm changing.
the spreadsheet into the school board drive and just consolidate them later. They don't have to be in the same document,
Right,
while we're
right.
collecting.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, let me help out a little bit here. First of all, I want to say thank you to our administrators. They have a lot to do and I want them to be able to go home. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go home, get some rest.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Great job. Woo. Second, the BudCom has a process of putting them in the sheet, in the drive, which is totally fine. They know how to do that. They've done that. The board has traditionally just put the information into an email to Matt Angel, I believe. And so then we compile that. If we wanted to switch that, we should probably go through a process of teaching everyone anything different instead of changing it right now because we're in the 11th hour, you know what I mean? So Rick, when you submitted questions last year, can you just tell everyone how you did that? Because that would help them to know. Did you just email Matt Angel the questions?
Yeah, so I just went, referenced the line, like,
Yep.
I went, line by line and then reference line, question, line, question.
Yep.
So
Yep. That's really helpful.
That's how we've
Yeah.
always done.
it's a Word doc and then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I put it on Excel. I think it was Word doc.
Okay. And we can talk about making that more efficient for next year, but for now, let's go with whatever we've done in the past. Okay.
I just don't know if 2 days is enough to learn a new process.
No, oh, goodness, no. That wasn't the expectation was that,
Literally exactly what
yeah, it just,
But- in an Excel spreadsheet versus an email, but doesn't matter. I don't.
Look, so I'm sensing that there was a little bit of, I had hoped last week when we gave everyone the budget books on Wednesday that they would start looking at the lines and prepare for tonight to ask questions. And then anything that you didn't get answered tonight, you'd ask by Friday. I don't think the expectation was that we'd get from tonight to Friday with all your questions. The idea was if it didn't work, it's okay, but let's just talk about it. Cause I think if everyone had gone through their budget book and then came tonight prepared with questions and got them answered, our hope was to not have 220 something single questions that we had to answer line by line on Friday. If that's the way it's going to come out, if folks need a little more time, I don't have a problem with extending this until Monday because we're a community here. We need you to feel like you have time to do the work and process.
I'm attending the Wizards game tomorrow. I've been straight. I would like to extend till Monday if possible.
That we're not going to work on this until Monday. So why don't we give,
I think I would recommend that we try to look at it, and I don't know, what the scheduling looks like, but a week to go through as many lines as is in this budget to do it the right way.
Yep.
And work and take care of kids and run
Yep.
a family, and everything. It's not enough time.
okay.
I mean, maybe it's enough time to come here with some questions, but I didn't have any time this week personally to go
Okay.
through anything.
So-
So a couple weeks, I think the more time we can allot everybody to sort of look through, digest, come here with questions, that'd be better. But it's a week is enough time, I don't think.
So what are you recommending? I think we could extend until Monday for the next part. I think Matt needs enough time to answer them because it's usually a lot of questions.
I'm
think
I'm
we're-
talking next year.
I
Yeah.
think,
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Yes,
You're not doing it one week and then the next week it's 2 weeks.
Further out. Yeah.
Yeah.
We,
I'd like to request an extension till Monday.
Matt, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do Monday noon.
I think if we do Monday, we need to do it at noon because Matt needs to get to work. It just depends on how many questions we get. So like, for example, we usually get 60 to 80 questions that are just special education related. A student moves from the middle school to the high school line goes up, someone tags it and says, what's this? The middle school line goes down and Matt has to go in and answer the two, but they're really one question. There's a lot of stuff that comes up that is just kind of like rote in a sense.
Chair, could we excuse Maya?
Oh, absolutely.
Guys, I'm chilling.
As long as you
I think she
want.
Yeah.
She has learned a lot tonight, I think.
Just don't want you to,
But thanks.
don't have to.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, if I totally get it, we want to give you a week to look through the budget book, but we can talk, if we're going to backward plan a little more time for you to go through the budget book before we do the evening tonight, we just have to look at the sequence because there's kind of a calendar that dictates this, but we can talk about that. Be totally fine.
All right. So
Monday noon.
Monday at noon,
Thank you. I'm fine with that.
you guys.
I don't think we're gonna say no to more time, right? So
Mhm.
Monday noon, appreciate that.
No problem. We want to be thorough and give you a chance to process. Welcome.
Much appreciated.
Mhm. All right.
Next.
We have to go into a non-public, I think, if they're ready to adjourn.
Meeting December
December
5th. Yeah.
Oh, did you want to talk about what the next
Thursday.
steps are?
Courtney, could I just say real quick, first of all, just for a legal point, we do have public comment right now, but there's no one here for public comment for those who are at home. I just want to acknowledge public comment is a legal requirement of a board meeting and a
Thanks, Bruce.
BudCom meeting. And so Now would be public comment, but there's no one here.
Well, Courtney did call for public comment, but no one was here.
Okay,
So we
thank
did
you.
not.
All right, thanks. I didn't catch that. And then number two, what will happen now is next week on Monday, Matt will start getting the questions, and then we will begin the process of creating a document to answer those questions. And instead of me standing at the podium and pontificating for 2.5 hours reading all the answers, we're just going to send them to you. Right? We agreed as a team that we would do this process this evening of talking to everyone, and then I would just share the answers to the questions in writing so that you have those answers before you deliberate. Then we all go to Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday, because we eat good food and spend time with family and we give thanks instead of doing other things. It literally is my favorite holiday. And then we'll come back and we'll have the first meeting after the board will deliberate and hopefully adopt a budget that they'll send to the budget committee. Then the budget committee will deliberate and hopefully they'll adopt a budget. And the process is usually pretty smooth at that point because we're so thorough with answering questions up front. I certainly want you to know that from Matt and I, we're happy to talk with anyone. Yes, we send in the questions and we fill them out, but that doesn't mean that we're not willing to spend time with you talking about decisions that you have to make or things that you have to think about. We can do that. So we are happy to support you through this process and answer questions. That being proactive with this process is much smoother than being reactive in a meeting after. So the more information that we can share with you up front, the better off you'll be and the quicker and smoother it will go for everyone involved. If we get to December, the first week, and we adopt a budget, then we'll move forward with the process of working on the warrants. If we don't come to an agreement on a budget, it might go back and forth and we have to have a couple of extra meetings, which has happened a couple of times. Pretty much by mid-December, we have to have the budget figured out because we have to move forward with the warrant process. So there is a timeline that starts clicking for doing the warrants, but we're in pretty good shape at this point. So thank you.
I only just gonna add, the school board meets on the 4th, we meet on the 5th, which means the school board meeting on the 4th is really important for us to listen in on for any changes that they're proposing. I think Micah. Yeah. Is going to be our point of contact for any of those changes or discussions, along with Matt. So I know that surprised me one year. I was like, wait, change. And I only had one day to really process that. So that's my only other heads up to the budget. But with that, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
And I'm going to end our budget committee meeting at 7:57.
Have a good night. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Nice to see you all.
All right. So while they are packing up, I'll just note that the next Sanborn Regional School Board meeting will be held on Wednesday, December 4th, right here in the library at the Sanborn Regional High School. Does someone want to call us into non-public?
Focus into non-public RSA. Section 3, Roman numeral 2.
Perfect. All right. Roll call in. Rick.
Yes.
Oh, who's
Second.
second? Sorry, more second. So Rick was a yes. Jeremiah.
Yes.
Ben's not here. Heather.
Yes.
Maura. Micah.
Yes.
And myself. Yes. All right.